American says that they don't want to negotiate publicly, but it seems their actions are trying to go down that road pretty quickly. And let me just take a moment to talk through a few of those things. First and foremost, negotiations need to happen at a bargaining table, not by computer or by JetNet or by video. We have a responsibility to get the message out to our members when the company negotiates their proposals and give that information. But what we're certainly not going to do is negotiate through this domain of video and try and counter their bullet points. And let me be very clear. What they provided is a list of bullet points. They haven't given the union a comprehensive proposal. We gave them a comprehensive scope and economic proposal several months ago. And now they're playing this game of we're going to negotiate bullet points and tell the membership bits and pieces about what's in our offer, but leaving off key components that need to be bargained for at the table. An example of that is I'm just going to start with the 15% outsourcing. 15% outsourcing in line maintenance currently is dynamically different than 15% outsourcing in line maintenance prospectively when you combine the IAM legacy US aircraft into the equation. That's a 22% increase on maintenance spend approximately, which turns into tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars, no matter how you slice it and dice that. So when people say, well, but they're offering station protection, they're offering station protection with rules behind it that gives them the ability to close stations. That's not station protection. Force majeure. This is a company or leadership team that used the Iraqi war and SARS as a reason to go to court and argue why they needed to lay people off. So if there's a volcano erupting in Hawaii, or Kim Jong-un over in Korea, North Korea, decides that he wants to cause concern and there's some question, this leadership team may wind up going and say, it's force majeure. We got to lay people off. And lay people off they will. So just understand that what they're trying to sell is not what we need to negotiate. What we need to do is negotiate a clear written agreement at the bargaining table, not bullet points. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from members, we don't want to hear about this or that after the contract's signed and the ink isn't even dry yet. Well, the ink isn't dry. And we're going to negotiate. June 11th and 12th is the next time the company made time available in their busy schedule to come to the bargaining table. And no, they haven't offered any other dates in advance of those days, nor after those days. They're so worried about selling this BS on JetNet. And I need to look down because I got a couple things on my computer that I wrote about. Quickly, just the elimination of the number of heads in base maintenance. We never even had a discussion about that. Now they've changed their proposal. With ever sitting down and discussing what the changes or how the changes or how it's going to impact anyone, and we're supposed to buy into that in the overhaul world. Now, line may say that doesn't affect us, but if they close several stations because they no longer want to be there because the job protection or their station protection gives them the ability to close stations, those members are coming to someplace else. And it could be anywhere in the line that they have seniority. So keep that in mind, that this bag of goods that they're selling isn't really anything other than a bag of empty goods. This sounds very much like bankruptcy to me all over again, trying to get the membership to buy into a story and then find out later that what they bought wasn't exactly what they thought. This taxi premium, you don't have to worry about a taxi premium because we're only going to move airplanes to and from the hangar when it's a maintenance move. What's the definition of a maintenance move? I have no idea, but we'll be in arbitration over that if we don't solve for that one. And how many moves do we do through the day that aren't maintenance moves? They're operational moves in all these stations. Those are all going to be converted over to fleet service in their proposal. Those are the things they're not talking about. So here's the end result. The membership has stood firmly behind this negotiating committee, and I expect them to continue to do that. There are members out there who want a quick deal, and a quick deal is a bad deal, and it's self-serving. If there's an early out in the contract, and if we agree to an early out in the contract, it'll be because the contract is that good. Otherwise, that's something that needs to be negotiated. The company doesn't get to dictate they're going to stick an early out into our contract. The company doesn't get to dictate what terms and conditions there are around scope and try and sell our membership that this is a good deal. We bargain at the bargaining table. And there's several other things. The 401k. I just did an arbitration where the opener in the arbitration was, well, the company doesn't have to give you your 401k money every 2 weeks or every week in your paycheck. They can do it once a year. In fact, I had a member tell me that his wife's company does it or changed to March the following year. You had to work from January all the way through to December, no interruption of service, and then you had to work all the way through March to get your contribution from the company. Is that what they're selling? Because they haven't given us a proposal back that says anything different. And until they do, don't buy into this BS that there's something on the table worthwhile. You're getting sold bullet points that are full of BS. So I hope that sends a message across to the membership and the management that we'll bargain at the table. We'll get a contract that the membership can vote at the table. But what we're not going to do is have two members of the leadership team who've never been to the bargaining table try and sell our membership on a bunch of BS. And lastly, because I forgot in the earlier video, this $3,000 bonus they talk about, there's no $3,000 bonus. They're going to change the payroll to pay in arrears. A handful of stations currently get paid in arrears because the law provides for that. We need to negotiate into the contract, and this was part of that same arbitration I was talking about, exactly how we're going to get paid, because the company took a position they don't have to pay you the way they do today. They can change it any time they want. So if we want to be paid a specific way and know we're going to get paid, we have to bargain for that. Because there are lawyers lawyered up and said the company has a management right to pay people when they want, their employees when they want, be it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, in arrears, paid a date. It's totally management's right to do anything. You know what? We work hard for this paycheck. And we're going to put it into the contract, how we're going to get paid, when we're going to get paid, because unfortunately with the people we're dealing with now, we have to. And that's fact, not fiction. So don't buy into this management loves you BS that they're trying to propagate out there through JetNet. We've been through enough so far with this new leadership team to see that they're full of it. And as a team, as a union, as an organization, we will get the best contract in the industry through fighting for it, because they're not going to give it to us. What they're going to give us is the same thing that the other management team gave us. A bunch of crap unless we fight for it. Wake up, be ready, we're getting in the fight, and it's going to continue till we get the contract our members deserve.